Mike Rates with Clam Outdoors here. Organization and efficiency on the ice have been a key player throughout the years of ice fishing, whether it's in a hub shelter or a fish trap. So I spend a lot of my time tinkering with fish traps over the summer months, the winter months to get everything right. And today we're going to show you a few options that Clam Outdoors has to offer you to make your ice fishing experience just a little bit easier. The Clam lock system has been something that's been revolutionizing ice fishing for the past few years, and not just because of, having a bunch of different accessories, but being able to use it from one thing to the next, taking it from a hub shelter and be able to fit it into a fish trap and then putting it on your ATV or snowmobile at the end of the day. So simply what the lock system is it's a puck system that sits on the back of any of your accessories, and it doesn't necessarily need to be one accessory. You can buy this lock itself. But what this lock system is meant to do is it's meant to be able to be mounted in your fish trap tub, or it can be replaced by one of the pieces on the hub system so it can connect right to there. But what is really cool about this system is it doesn't need to be one thing in there at all times and permanently sit there. So a day on the ice, I use my rod holders, I put them in there, I can simply pull this out and put it in my bag at the end of the day when I'm done. Or say I'm not doing the whole dead stick thing anymore and I want to have something else. I want to have my tools or my, lures and all that stuff next to me. I can get something like this little small organizer with that lock system on the back, so I can switch things out really, really fast. The options are endless. One of my favorite things that I like about the lock system is with the 4-position rod holders. I think that's great. What I can do is I can put this in my hub shelter, I can put it in my fish trap for the day. I've got all my rods lined up, and at the end of the day, I have some longer rods. I have 40 inches or 45-inch rods, and they're not going to fit in my rod locker, but I need somewhere to put them at the end of the day to keep them safe. I can mount one of the Clam pucks onto my ATV or snowmobile. I can set that in there at the end of the day, put my rods in, everything's safe, and it's ready to rock and roll, and I don't have to worry about stuff. So that's something that I think is really cool with the lock system, is you're able to take things in and out of different objects and stuff like that to make everything easier. So one cool thing that we came out with this year too is our cup holders. So this is obviously a multi-cup holder system right here, and we've got other things etched out for our tools. So whether it be your hemostats, a pliers, a T2 toothpick, if it's a screwdriver, anything of that matter, you're able to put it there, you're able to have your drinks there. Once again, it sets up on that Clam lock system so you can put it anywhere in the house. Next up is, another cool item that we have. This is another set of a cup holder, but it's also magnetic right here. So when you got jigs like me, I've got a bunch of tungsten and stuff that lays around, and I can get very unorganized at times to where not everything goes back in the tackle box. So if I get done and I want to switch out really quick on something, I can put that jig right here. It'll stay in place. It's not going to go anywhere. So at the end of the day, I'm not looking for it at the bottom of my tub or trying to move snow out of the way. It's all sitting right there, but then on top of it, I can have my tools, and then I can also have something to drink as well, or I can set my bait puck in that area. So this one's a really good thing. When we step away from the Clam lock system itself, there's a lot more accessories that you can use. So something that I've come to like a lot too is our corner console. This is a corner console designed for our fish traps. This is a great item. It's got your tool holders. It's got a place for you to put, your cup of water, a pop, but then also a big storage area here so you can set, your jig boxes in here, extra spoons, extra tools, candy. The sky's the limit. Whatever you want, you can put it there. It mounts on all of our fish traps. Some of them you may need to re-drill some holes a little bit to get it to work, but it'll fit all of them. And it's just a really neat accessory to keep everything at hand's reach and keep it off the ice. So one more item is our large sled organizer. I love the large sled organizer because not only does it carry your jigs, carries everything you need, zips up, stays nice and neat, but it's got other options too, as like our propane tanks. So biggest thing with us is not everybody likes to run a 20-pound tank. when I go up to the Lake of the Woods, the last thing that I want to do is have a big 20-pound tank rattling around the back of my fish house as I'm going 35 miles an hour, you know, down a snowmobile trail or some bumpy stuff. You know, when you get on those bigger lakes, things can get really rigid, and that's where stuff breaks. So that's one thing that I do really enjoy about this is I have the option of putting extra propane inside of here. It fits right in here perfect. These 1-pound cylinders, they fit in there great. It tightens down, so everything will stay in place. You're not worrying about it popping out, jumping around, busting. You know, there's 2 total options there for that. And then if you look too, we've got a ride accessories, so you can put your tools, you can put whatever you want there. On top of that, we have a big bag that opens up front and back, allowing you to organize. You can put your tackle inside of this. You can put, you know, like I said, more tools, anything like that. When we're out ice fishing and we're out on these big lakes, we're doing that stuff, tools, there's no limit to how many you need. You always want to be prepared, so that's what I like to do. I like to put a lot of my wrenches, a lot of my sockets, you know, if I can fit extra belts that I would need inside of there, spark plugs, all that. So the sky's kind of the limit for it, and this will mount right into your fish house, and so you can do multiple things with it. This is probably one of my favorite accessories out of our entire lineup. I have it on every house that I run, and it's always suited me very, very well. So another thing that people enjoy a lot, and something we also take and put in our boats in the summertime, is the large cargo net. So I like the large cargo net. Another thing, I can put propane, I can put different jig boxes. I love putting my spreader poles in here. The biggest thing that I hate is having all of my spreader poles sitting on the bottom of the tub. They're bouncing around, getting banged up. And with the large cargo net, I can put everything inside of there. Everything's good to go. I don't have to worry. I know where it's at all times. But then summertime comes along and hey, I need a place to put more tackle because we're all tackle junkies. So I'll mount this actually in my boat. I have 2 of them that sit in the bow of my boat, and I'm able to put extra boxes in there during the day. So this is a multi-factor piece, and it's great. I absolutely love it. And when we get into more of the lighting stuff, you know, that's something we don't talk enough about, but that's something that we need, is the multi-directional fan light. I like this thing a lot. It is actually a fan and a light all at once. Just runs off your standard batteries, and simply put, you've got a very strong LED light that hooks. So inside the hub houses, this will go right dead center in your hub. In the fish trap, you can actually put it and just get it, make a strap that'll go right over the top of one of the center poles. So it also plugs in on a DC connector, so it does not necessarily need to have batteries in it to work. If you have some type of a DC connector with your, you know, regular batteries that you run with your Vexilar, etc., you can hook that up. This will work out just right. The fan is set to keep the heat and bring it back down. So that's kind of what I like about it. You get 2 folds out of there. It's very good on the batteries. It doesn't burn them out really fast. Keeps the heat pushed down, keeps the air moving, and that's everything we want when we're bundled up inside of a fish house. So when we move on to other things like the lights, something new for this year is the Aurora Light Hub Kit. This is a really cool kit because no longer are we trying to put things and make new little areas for them inside the hub shelter, because in all reality, trying to get a lighting system in a hub shelter is not the easiest thing in the world. So with the Aurora light system, this is actually developed to go around your hub poles. So something very easy. You don't have to take it out of there every single time when you get done fishing for the day. I think that's always been, you know, one of the bigger things is the amount of takedown and setup time that you have in between. But with this, it's very simple where you can strap this onto your poles, keep it on there, pack it down for the end of the day. It's still there when you get out to go fishing the next night. All you got to do is set it up, plug it in, turn it on, and life is good. These are all LED lights, so they're going to shine very bright, and you may want to actually turn them down a little bit. That's what I love about our light systems that we have here at Clam, is it's not a specific level. I mean, you can go from being very low light conditions where you can kind of see what you're doing, and then also you can make yourself look like you're a UFO on the ice if you really want the lighting. So that's kind of the cool things I love about our lighting system, is there's no endless option of what you can do or what you can have. So we get into something else like rattle reels. This is a big favorite among permanent houses. This also is set up on our Clam lock system, so this is not something that has to be permanently mounted. So what's cool with this is on our Clam lock system, you can set it up in your hub shelter, you can set it up in your fish trap, You can set it up in your permanent fish house. It has multiple purposes, so you could run clam locks inside each one of these at once and just move it from house to house, whatever you're doing that day. It's got a luminescent clam logo on there, so that's kind of an indicator itself. Obviously, it's got the rattles in there so you can hear it when it spins. And this is just a great option for those wheelhouse or just those people that want to camp out for the night or camp out for the day, and they don't feel like staring at the rod tip waiting for it to bend over. So there's a few cool options from Clam Outdoors. The accessories and the things available are endless. So this is Mike Rates. I hope to see you on the ice.